And we're live. Welcome back to another Corona Geek here, where we talk all about mobile app development using Corona SDK. I'm your host, Charles McKeever. And today, just the two of us. We can code it if we try. What's that?
Who's you, me, myself, and I.
Me, myself, and I. I was like, Ed has officially lost his mind.
That was a long time ago.
So joining us is Ed Marina from RomanGamer.com. Yay! It's the Muppet Show. And today we're going to talk about the things that we didn't talk about last week, which is creating library extensions, loading data using JSON, and persisting button states. Right? Button persistence. It sounds great when you say button persistence.
This whole discussion started from a lot of people have problems. I've seen this many times in the forums. A user is trying to create a toggle button, basically, where they can turn on and off their sound or some setting in their game. And then they get really frustrated because they say, yeah, I wrote the code and it saved a thing to the file, and then I reloaded it and it was on again. Why is this happening? There's like this little tiny disconnect between the persisting of the data and the making the button respond correctly the next time you load the app.
Well, you said last week that the library extensions, the JSON, and the button persistence all kind of tied together. So I'm looking forward to see how that plays out.
Exactly. Well, the way it ties together is that, what are we talking about here? We're talking about a button in your game that is going to be in one of two states. It's going to be on or off. And you want it to remember what state it was in if the user quits and reloads the game. For example, if they turn the music off, you don't want it to flip the music back on the next time they load the game. They're going to get frustrated with you. So how do you do that? You need some kind of way to keep track of a setting, which implies that we're going to do something with data and with tables, perhaps. We're going to do some I/O to the persistent storage. And all of this relates to existing features that need to be sort of recombined or something. So the easiest way to do it is simply to write some code that does the work, strap it on to existing libraries like the table library or the display library or whatever it is that makes sense, and then to have it in your code forever and ever. And so I thought, well, we could just simply show them how to do the save and the button and we'd be done. But I thought, really, the best way to do this is to start from the front and teach people how to extend existing libraries and then work up from there.
Well, I'm excited about this topic because I really like this idea of being able to create a library, a database, or what am I trying to say? Having your own intellectual property, having this whole building up on what your previous works are, because it's great to be able to grab a snippet of code here or snippet of code there and paste it in and get things moving. But if you have to do that every time for every game, or every app or whatever, then it'd be better like yourself with SSK. You've created a whole brain trust of material that you can just go in and draw from. And I think that's something that as developers, all of us should be trying to do, right? We should all be trying to have this archive of knowledge that we can draw from and speed up our development. So anyway, I think it's a great thing.
Occasionally, I don't tell them all the time, but I say, you don't have to do it my way, but look at what I did and then try to do something on your own that similar, but meet your own needs.
Okay.
Don't be rewriting this stuff every time. So why don't we just jump right into the code? Why don't I do that?
Well, hold on. Before you do that, I want to remind people of a couple of things. Sorry.
Wait, we skipped over that part.
Yeah. One thing to know is that last week we talked about touch coalescing and radial dial timers. Now, if you don't know what touch coalescing is, basically you can think of it as kind of a circuit breaker for the amount of work that you can do between frames. So each time you have a frame, you can kind of squeeze in a certain amount of operations. And sometimes if you try to squeeze in too much, then things can kind of get slowed down. And touch coalescing kind of shortcuts that and says, hey, you only do so much work within each frame. And that helps to optimize the overall performance of the app and make it feel responsive and things get done quicker, blah, blah, blah. So all the details are over on Corona Geek, or actually if you go to youtube.com/Corona Geek, you'll find Corona Geek 144 along with all the other videos that we've released. And you'll also find the discussion about radial dial timers. So if you've seen any of Jason Schroeder's work, jasonschroeder.com, he has a whole timer library over there that uses radials and stuff like that. But last week's discussion was kind of unique in that it used image masks to accomplish it. So it has provided all the code for that, so you can find it on GitHub. So either go look at the show notes on the Corona Labs blog, or just follow from, if you're watching the video, you can click the link to the blog post from in the show notes. So you can find that there. Also, congratulations again to Jason Schroeder, who we just mentioned a moment ago. Jason played, he played the dog out of last month's game. I mean, he just played it until the wheels just fell off, and he earned himself a $50 gift card, which unfortunately turned out to be to Buffalo Wings. He said, "Oh, great, I got a $50 gift card. I could use that on Amazon. That's great." And so I went in and I gave him a gift card, and it said, "Well played." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I gave him a gift card. And he said, "Hey, there's a Buffalo Wings place down the road from my house. So thanks for the Buffalo Wing gift card." I was like, "What?" So apparently the gift certificate or the gift cards in Amazon do different things. I thought they were all just so you could buy stuff on Amazon, because that's what Amazon does, is get you to buy stuff there. But apparently they have some sort of partnership with restaurants and stuff as well. So congratulations, Jason. You have a $50 gift card.
Enjoy those Buffalo Wings.
$50 worth of Buffalo Wings, man. I hope he took a picture of that.
But hopefully not all at once.
Yeah, right. Hopefully not all at once. But that's the, now I know, and I won't do that again. So don't worry. If you win this month, you will get a gift card to Amazon proper. And so anyway, this month we're going to play Alone, which is by LaserDog, LaserDog Games, and it's if you haven't played it, Alone, here's the description right off their page. It says it's a handcrafted, intense survival journey through space, navigate caves, rip through mountain debris, dodge rocks and comets, and test your endurance as you pursue ever higher scores in this ultra-fast procedural runner. Yeah. It's available on iTunes, iOS, and Google Play. So we're going to put links to that in the show notes. And it is a paid app, but I think well worth it. Definitely well worth it. It's a great, beautifully designed and executed app. But if you're not into supporting your fellow developers, that's sad, but okay. But there is a free option provided to us by his username in the forums is sysads. His game is called 1.1Target. You can find it on iOS and Android. It's a Corona built app. Both Alone and 1.1Target are Corona apps. And we'll put a link in the show notes to that as well. But that's a free game that you can play if you want to kind of follow along. Now, I will say both of those games either have levels to them, which I think 1.1Target has levels. So you do a certain amount of operations, and then you move to the next level, which the game becomes increasingly harder as you go. And then Alone is kind of the same thing, where you have difficulty levels that you can pick. So you can start out as a sort of a novice, or you can be a Star Ranger or whatever, and things get harder and harder. So the way we're going to work it is we're going to go for high score ultimately. But if you play on the super hard mode and get a high score, then you're going to be the top dog. If you play the highest level, like in 1.1Target, and get a high score, then you will be the top dog there. So just more is better in this case, and so we'll pick that at the end of either the end of the month or beginning of beginning of July. I think we'll announce it in the beginning of July. So just check the show notes for that and go play those games and have fun, and good luck to you. And then one last note here is that the Udemy course from Daniel Williams is still out there, still available. He's still talking about developing Corona SDK apps in 2015 using ASO and ads. So if you're interested in creating a game, you want to see how to put buttons on the screen, and you want to see how to move players around and keep score, and you also want to do a little bit of App Store optimization and add ads in it, monetize that app, then go check out the link in the show notes to Daniel's app. And when you do, go use the coupon code CoronaGeek, all one word, and you will be able to get the course for $9, which is a steal. I mean, even at the full price, I mean, even if you don't use the coupon code, it's still a steal. So go check that out. It's lots of great material. And Daniel walks you through everything. And all the videos are like super short, so there's never a point where you kind of sort of space out. Everything is action oriented, so you're really walking through a project, and each video helps you step you through the process, so you can follow along, no problem.